is a story about 10 teenagers and their first ski experience. Our stars are real kids, not actors. There is no script. We film things just as they happen.
I didn't know anything at all about skiing. I figured they made a mistake for sure when they picked me.
It was no mistake. Filming non-skiers was the whole point.
Everybody started off as strangers, but by the time we reached our destination, we were pretty good friends.
These 10 teenagers, all from different schools, were chosen at random for our film experiment. The idea was to bring them to a ski area, hook them up with 2 good instructors, and see just how much they could learn in a few days. Okay, let's meet our cast of characters. That's Tom and Heather, Lisa, Cherie in the back, Chris in the middle, Doc, Laura, and the youngest, Richie.
I left a place that was all skyscrapers and neon lights. I stepped into something that was the sun and snow-covered mountains. I just had to sit in awe. I just couldn't believe I was there.
But they were there, high in the mountains, surrounded by snow, and in front of the ski lodge that would be their home for the next few days. The kids were about to meet the 2 people who would teach them to ski, a husband and wife team, Randy and Mickey Short.
What's your name?
How are we going to get up there? You know the bridge you came under? That's a lift right there.
It's so high.
You guys ready to go warm up?
Later that night, the talk got around to skiing, and everyone seemed to be worrying about the same things.
I think the scariest part about skiing is falling. Because I told everybody I could go skiing and everything, and the first thing they say is, don't break a leg.
A lot of people are going to fall. I'm not worried about it. I know I'm not going to fall more than 5 times.
So one leg's over this side and the skis up in the air.
You're always nervous when you start something new, but tips from the pros can help. That's why Randy and Mickey were there.
What I want to cover is what you ought to wear tomorrow. Now, today...
It turned out they didn't need special clothes, which was just fine, since no one had any. The secret to being comfortable was to wear several lightweight layers rather than one heavy one. A shirt, a couple of sweaters, and a jacket was all they needed on top. For the bottom half, some long underwear and the same jeans they wore every day would be good enough for starters.
You're going to be skiing at 9,000 feet tomorrow.
And that's almost 2 miles closer to the sun than these kids were used to. Up this high, the ultraviolet rays are 50% stronger than they are at the beach, which is great for getting a suntan. So protection against the elements is an important part of skiing. You can't have a good time if you're not comfortable, but if you dress right, you'll feel great and be ready to go.
Beginner, intermediate, advanced?
Very beginner.
You need skis, boots, and poles?
Yeah.
For just one day, Lisa?
Yeah.
Renting ski equipment is a lot more complex than renting roller skates or bowling shoes. So everything had to be fitted, not just for comfort, but for safety. Like most beginners, our group was given shorter skis, which are slower and easier to handle. Ski boots were fitted to their feet and then measured for release bindings, which hold the skis and boots together. Then came the adjustments.
You ever skied before? Never. First time. First time. Get into the binding, you pull up on the strap, put your toe in, step down. Okay, what we're going to do here is adjust the toe piece to your muscle tension, what it would take to release out of this binding if you took a spill out on the mountain, okay? How's that feel? After you do that, you have to put the runaway strap on. It goes around your ankle, between the top 2 buckles of your boot. That'll keep your ski from going down the hill. Toe back in, step down. Put your left foot on top of the ski. Drive your knee forward and kick your heel out of the binding. All the way out.
Well, maybe they weren't the best dressed or the most beautiful, but they were young and eager. What more did they need? Just a little experience.
was laughing at myself more than I was laughing at anybody else. Because when I saw somebody else fall, I realized that's exactly how I looked. It's like looking in a mirror.
Now, when you walk up the hill, anytime you walk up the hill, what do I...
Okay, time for lesson number 1. How to keep your backside dry. Like everything else, skiing is a lot easier when you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Remember, downhill edges off the snow. There, that's better.
Using the edge of the ski gives a person better traction. Whoops!
What I'd like you to do is get your feet about this far apart while you're standing here, huh? Okay, again, this is called a straight run, and this is how you go fast. Okay? Here it goes. And the straight run.
Looks simple enough.
Palms on the end of your poles, that's it. Reach down, turn around until you're facing straight down the hill. Okay, Tom. Good, stand up a little straighter. Just relax. There you go. Good. Don't try and turn, just go straight on down. Get your skis just perfectly straight and head right down here. Perfect.
You don't have to push yourself along. Just relax. You relax? Okay. And then when I get out of the way, quickly get yourself out of the way and slide on down.
Take your poles right out of the snow. Look where you're going.
Relax, Heather.
No tricks yet, Doc.
Let's see you smile. You want your skis kind of like a V. You want them open in the back and about 3 inches apart in the front.
What Mickey is teaching is called the wedge or snowplow. It's the easiest way to stop.
This has a name, too. It's called a wedge.
Unless you overdo it.
You better apply those breakers. Just worry about your feet, because your knees and ankles will know what to do, believe it or not. They do. Oh!
Good one.
I mean, I am impressed. That was great.
This is so fun. I love it.
A few hours practice made a lot of difference. By that afternoon, the kids were ready for their first downhill run. To get up the mountain, you ride a ski lift. After lunch, our student skiers bought their first lift tickets, strapped on their skis, and headed for the sky.
Just take your pole straps off your wrist, and you'll walk in and stand on this board, just like they're doing. They look away from each other and grab the black bar on the outside. And you can see there isn't a lot of time, so you have to move.
This is called a chair lift for obvious reasons. There are different types of lifts for various sizes of slopes. Here's another kind of lift, called a T-bar. Like the chair lift, the T-bar is open to the weather.
Okay, as soon as the chair goes by you, go right on out there, Lisa. Chris, stand right next to it.
Some ski areas have enclosed cars called gondolas. There are many ways to get to the top of the mountain. And it's a beautiful place to be. Any higher than this, you'd need a helicopter to get there. But on their first day, the kids only rode part of the way up the mountain. Okay, now all that was left was the trip down. And here come 10 brand new skiers.
The instructors can show you only so much, and you've really got to go out there on your own and say, well, okay, Tom, get on your skis, go. No, what's going to happen now? Am I going to break my leg? Am I going to die? Or I didn't know what was going to happen.
I thought, wow, this is fun. When we started going down the hill, and I was moving like about 1 mile an hour, and I was saying, oh no, I'm going too fast.
Not bad for the first day.
It's like a race. You're racing against nobody, just yourself, because you want to be better than you were about an hour ago.
And once you get down to the bottom, big grin gets right on your face. And you say, wow, I actually did it myself. Nobody helped me. You know, I was there on my skis alone.
learned here at the lodge that I stayed in is how close you could be friends with some people that you never even met all your life.
People who share a long physical day outdoors always seem closer together. In skiing, this kind of social activity has a special name. It's called après-ski.
Getting to know each other was really neat because everybody was pretty different.
All of the comments the kids make in this film are from diaries we asked them to keep during the time they were learning to ski. It had been a long and exhausting day, but everyone was anxious to record their impressions.
I didn't think skiing was going to be as much fun as it turned out to be. Because right now, I love it. And right now, it's all that's on my mind. I want to get out there and keep skiing.
Tomorrow when we go up, I think, by the time we get into it, I think I'll be able to ski pretty good.
Doc? Come on.
It's hard to believe that this was only the second day. Everyone was so comfortable. Of course, it helps when you have good teachers. Look at Doc go. Look at Doc flop. On the next day, the kids tried something different, cross-country skiing. Lighter boots, skis, and bindings are all part of cross-country equipment. That's because heavy footwear can be a real drag when you're not getting much help from gravity. And in cross-country, your body provides most of the power. So the lighter and more flexible your equipment, the easier you'll travel. One thing downhill and cross-country skiing have in common: falling. The kids learned that cross-country skiing is a nice way to travel and see scenery they might have missed flying downhill.
When you go cross-country, you see wildlife, you see the sun, you're with yourself, and that's exactly what you want.
I can't explain the feeling, except to say that it was so beautiful. I enjoyed it very much. Time kind of stretched out. Life seemed very basic.
With only a few hours left before heading home, 10 brand new skiers wrote these things in their diaries.
What it takes is concentration.
Once you really learn how to do it, you just feel really good about yourself and feel like you're doing something really positive.
I know I wasn't the best skier in the group, but no one had more fun.
I know that I'm going to go skiing again. There's no way that I could just stop now.
You've got to finesse, you've got to take on the element, you've got to take on the hill, you against the hill.
Skiing is a healthy and exciting thing for you to do. So come, join us this winter. You're gonna love it.
It's an accomplishment. It's a big accomplishment.